Hello everyone, this is Ken Hardison with the inaugural edition of Ken Hardison's legal marketing blog. Now, Ken Hardison, who is Ken Hardison? Well, I'm a practicing lawyer out of Raleigh, North Carolina, do disability and personal injury and workers' comp law for the last 27 years. I'm also the president of PILMA, which is the Personal Injury Lawyers Marketing and Management Association, which deals with marketing and management for contingency-based lawyers. And we put on 2 conferences a year, and I lecture all over the country. I've also written several books, one of them which you could get free here on this my website, the blog, How to Build Your Practice with a Book. So today we're going to talk about Yellow Pages. If you hadn't already figured it out, I've been advocating this for the last 4 years. All of my consulting clients and all of the members of our PILMA, Personal Injury Lawyers Marketing and Management Association, I preach to them on a weekly and monthly basis to get out of Yellow Pages because they just don't work for lawyers anymore. And so why people always, lawyers being lawyers, always want to know, well, why is that? You know, you got to prove it to me. So I'm going to tell you today why they don't work like they used to. Now, number one is that they worked great back in the 80s and 90s for several reasons. Number one, the internet was not big. You didn't have social media. You weren't as many lawyers advertising on TVs. Do you know from 2004 to 2008 that lawyer advertising increased from $250 million a year annually to over $500 million? And I have not checked the stats on it lately, but I guarantee you that it'll be close to $1 billion probably in the next couple of years. So you got a proliferation of more and more attorneys getting into advertising. So there's not as many people to go around. There's not as many injured or disability. The share of the market's just not there. So another thing that really happened, a reason they were really good, was back until '94 when Ma Bell disintegrated and broke up into all these individual telephone companies. There was only one phone book directory in each town. Well, now you can go to places like Dallas. There might be 7 or 8. Even in Raleigh, where our firm is, there's at least 4 or 5. So you got a proliferation of different books, and they're all competing for the same market, and you don't know which one to buy. And you know, it's just gone downhill. Now, another thing, and one of the key things is now lawyers are advertising more on TV. They're using vanity numbers. You got mobile marketing now where people can text numbers. You also have the internet, which I think is the biggest impact. My kids, teenagers and in their 20s, when I ask them to find a phone number, they never pick up a phone book anymore. They go directly to either their iPhone or through the computer and do a Google search and get me the number. They just don't use it anymore. And you're seeing more and more of that go on, and you're going to see it grow. In fact, the use of the internet is a more used media than the radio. It's not as much as TV, but it's climbing and growing on TV. And another thing too to think about too, back in the 80s and 90s, there was only like 3 to 4 major TV networks. Now you got 500 TV networks, and so you got spreading the money around with cable. You got this people getting bombarded and got more and more choices of how to find something, how to get information than they did in the 80s or 90s. So, Yellow Pages themselves, I mean, Verizon's internal marketing department admitted that 80% of the people that know who they're going to try to hire as a lawyer go to the white pages, not the Yellow Pages. And what I find is that most of the people going to the Yellow Pages, and the Yellow Pages can still be effective, but you got to do a better ad, and we'll talk about that in another episode of my blog. But you got to be a lot more savvy and not let the Yellow Page people do your ads. But what I was saying is, even the Yellow Page people know that it's not working anymore because they've put millions and millions, hundreds of millions of dollars in something like the yellowbook.com, VerizonSuperPages.com. So they know that it is here. And now they're trying to push these directories and banner ads and things like that, which I would strongly suggest that you not do, just because the return on investment, I've tested it and it does not work. So this is the reason why Yellow Pages don't work as effective as they did 10, 20 years ago. And my advice to you is to take your money, and you can still put some small ads in Yellow Pages if you do them right, but take that money and put it into other marketing sources, like especially the internet. I think that with Google, Facebook, blogs, as I'm using here, search engine optimization, pay-per-click ads, all this has got to where this is where we're all heading. I mean, in fact, I think it probably before the end of my lifetime, if I live to be a ripe old age, is that we'll see that there'll be just one device. It'll be like a TV, radio, internet. It'll be just one device that does everything, and it'll be able to be handheld. So that's the tip for this week. Now, got some freebies here, and cost you. I got a free report. Not a free report, but a free video. 12 characteristics of successful injury lawyers. And all you have to do is on the right-hand side of this is just click on it, and you can download the videos and watch them at your leisure. Also, I'm giving away the first 1,000 people that ask for it, my book, How to Build Your Practice with a Law Firm. And if you go to my website at www.lawyernc.com, you'll see that our law firm, Hardison and Associates, myself and Ben Cochran, who's my partner, is we use books a lot, and we give them away, and it really generates a lot of business. And so I'm going to give you this book on how to use the books in the 21 ways that you can, why it's so important to use these books to give out to your potential clients. So all you have to do is pay the shipping. I'm only charging $3.97 for shipping and handling. And if you'll just fill out the information and send it in, we'll get you a book within a week. Thank you for this week's episode, and look forward to, if you have any inquiries or anything, or have a question you'd like for me to answer on the blog, just email me at ken@lawyernc.com. That's ken@lawyernc, N as in Nancy, C as in cat.com. Thanks.